Hey folks, welcome to another Movie Hooker video. I am Gary from Movie Hooker, and this is for YouTube, I guess. I want to do a video review of the recent Netflix release, which I just reviewed yesterday on MovieHooker.com, and it's called Society of the Snow. It is the new movie from J.A. Bayona, and it is another retelling of the 1993 Ethan Hawke movie Alive. And this just goes way beyond Alive. I'll try and get into that a little bit now. But anyway, what I want to say is that this is an absolute exceptional retelling of that plane crash and what those poor people went through. And up until last night, until I seen that movie, I never realized how steeped in bullshit the 1993 Ethan Hawke movie was. Now, I can't forgive myself because I was like, in 1993, I was like 12 or something. So my journey with subtitles already had begun because of my grandmother liking all the old Jackie Chan movies. So I was already watching subtitles back then, but not to the extent that I watch them now. And once I seen Alive, I didn't question anything. I was just, oh, this is how it happened. And this, at the time, was a freaking brilliant movie as well, you know. And yeah, after watching this one last night, I'm like, Alive was total shit. And the first time that I heard that Alive was crap was only last week. And when I posted about Society of the Snow, someone, I think his name was Kieran Andy Anderson, and he said that it was a shit. It didn't stay true to the original story. And I thought that was very, very sad because it's based on a book called Society of the Snow. And, you know, it was written by someone who went through that. So who is Hollywood to go and bastardize something like that? Absolutely nobody. So it looks like, you know, J.A. Bayona, like, you know, really looked into the source content here and just completely went with it. In Society of the Snow, there's no cowards, there's no weaklings, there's no, like, everybody fights as hard as they possibly can or could, whether they survived or not. Everybody give it their all, and even after they died, they still gave their bodies, a lot of them, you know. I am going to go straight back now to the Alive. I can't remember if there was like an introduction to the people on this plane, but in Society of the Snow, we get to spend a little bit of time with the characters before they actually get on the plane. This actually shows us what type of characters they are, or what sort of characters they will become once they're faced with these impossible conditions that they had to go through. Once the plane, this is the first thing I want to say about it, the sound design in the plane crash was just, I'm a big fan, man, of sound design and Foley and all the filmmaking side of things. And if you don't know, there's a thing in filmmaking called a riser. And a riser, it best explained, I guess, in a horror movie, where you know something's going to happen, and you've got this sort of faded in sound that gradually gets louder and louder and louder, and then boom, nothing, or a big jump scare or something. But you know what I'm saying? That's a riser. And in the fucking movie, they used the plane engines as risers. So it was like, I was really listening to it. I was like, my God, this is just a genius design here. Because just before impact, you're getting the engines going up, and they're just this high, before we know it's just this high-pitched squealing, and then bang, nothing. Absolutely nothing. The most uncomfortable, unnerving, deathly silence that you could ever imagine in a film. Then the plane impacts with the mountain, and that's when you just get all the sound crashing. Again, the sound design, when the plane is ripped in half, people are thrown out of the plane, people are getting crushed by the chairs, they're getting impaled by the chairs. It's just fucking done so well. The music is also phenomenal in it, and the two bits that really stuck out with me being like morbid and into my gruesome gore and all, But another fine example of why the sound design in this is so important. You know, when they finally make the impossible choice, they start eating their friends and the dead. You have that scene where everybody is so disgusted with each other and what they're about to do. You have the person that's eating the flesh, a close up of their face, and they're crying, and you can almost hear the tears roll down their face. And then when they're eating it and they start to take a bite of it, that sound is the most, probably you would never hear that sound in real life unless you're one of my friends. You probably wouldn't hear that sound in real life, but the way they designed this scene is that when that person bites down on that bit of human flesh, this is the loudest, most deafening sound that anybody can hear in that moment in time. And I was like, shit, hey, that is just, it's just so well done. It really hits you in the emotional feels. It really hits you going, like, these guys, there's no choice, you know, there's no choice. These guys got to do what they got to do to get it done, to survive. And if they don't do this, then, you know, they were pissing black. Their pee was black, for God's sake. So I don't want to spoil anything else. I guess that's just all I want to say. I do want to know where the feck this little shoe came out of. I don't know if it was a shoe, but I do remember in the Ethan Hawke movie, before they trekked off, he hands him this thing. The next time we meet together, we'll make this a pair again. And then he's on the chopper at the end and he sticks out the little shoe to show his friend. Yay! Hollywood shite! Hollywood bullshit, right? And this didn't end in that exact moment with the happy ending. Yes, it was a happy ending that people survived, but Jesus Christ, at what cost? At what cost? These guys have been like lost for months, you know, haven't seen anybody in months. They get off the choppers. They are being hounded by media, hounded by, on all they want is a bite to eat and a fucking shower. That's all they want. So yes, it was happy that they were all rescued, but it just got really bleak again, because then we actually got to see the conditions of these people's bodies and what state that they actually were in. When they were getting washed, they could barely move, and it was like all of them were Christian Bale from The Machinist, pretty much. And I don't know if there was any CGI in there or all those actors, because it looked very real. I wouldn't be surprised if all those actors actually lost that weight for those closing scenes. So yes, they got rescued. Yes, that was the happy ending, but they showed the cost of that rescue, the cost of that happiness. These guys ain't happy, and them guys are probably going to be scarred and having nightmares for the rest of your life. But I'm going to say it now. This is the Oscar winner for, I think it's Spain's Oscar entry, and it's going to win. Guys, thank you very, very much for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button and word up, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.